All right, what's going on, boys and girls? So I had put up a poll recently in the community section that was a vote for what y'all wanted to see from that cluster shit back there as far as video games. I've done a few of them. I did like a Wii U, kind of like what my Wii U collection is. I'll probably update that one. I chose between the PS4, the PS3, the Wii U, and the PS Vita. Overwhelming majority of you want to know what is on the shelf from the PS4. So here is that video. So first off, we have Titanfall 2. Now, Titanfall 2, I actually really like this game because my biggest gripe with Titanfall 1 was the fact that it was online only, no single player, and the way they tried to incorporate the single player was just dumb. It was like an online component, and it was just crappily done. No burner cards, no. This is all my complaints about EA are stripped away, and this is what you get. Unfortunately, this was sandwiched in between Call of Duty and a Battlefield launch. Way to bury your own games, EA. So really worth it. You can usually pick it up for like $9 or $10. Definitely worth it. Next up, we have Deus Ex: Mankind Divided. I like this game. But on the same note, I don't like this game. It's shorter, I think. I think is my biggest gripe with it, and the launch was weird. Like they did like this weird like get it early if you buy pre-order, and just a lot of dumb stuff with it. But as far as the actual gameplay, it's solid. It's a Deus Ex game. Like it's a continuation of Human Revolution. What do you want me to say? It's solid. Ending's jank. Kind of like the next game. Bug Eyes is a thing, but I bought this game for, I believe, $6. So it's Mass Effect. It's not terrible. It's not as bad as people make it out to be. It's just a lot of filler. It reminds me of like Dragon Age Inquisition, where it's a big open world with a lot of emptiness in it, a lot of junk as far as that. Next up, we're going to start getting into some more of my weird, kind of niche RPG stuff. God War's Future Past. This is kind of like Japanese mythology and history mixed into one in a strategy RPG. This is available on the Vita. I'm not sure if it's available on Switch, but this is definitely worth getting. Yeah, like I literally paid $5 for this game. Actually, I paid less because I got 4 games for $10. So, you like your strategy RPGs and stuff, and visual enhancements and like Japanese games, that is definitely one worth getting. I'm probably gonna get flack for this one, but hey, whatever, fuck it. Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. I did not get this for the remaster. I spent $3 for this game. This is more about bargain hunting. The actual game, it's Call of Duty. Like, it fucking take it for what it is. That one literally is Marines, the Space Marines. What the fuck you want me to say? It's not terrible. It's a Call of Duty game. Like, the mechanics are solid, if not tried. I don't want to say true, but it's multiplayer. Single player is actually pretty good. Next up, we have Shadow War. Again, bunch of dumb DLC crap that microtransaction to death, kind of grindy, but I paid $5. A game that gets a lot of flack, and I don't know why, is I think it's because of just the name attached to it. Is now that I picked this up at GameStop. This is Valkyria Revolution. Now, this particular game is a action RPG. Valkyria Chronicles, profile, is more of a pseudo strategy or RPG with multiple, tactics game. This is not that. If you took away the Valkyria anything in front of it and just called this like a generic action RPG, it would be a perfectly passable, probably 7.5 kind of game. This game got murdered because it's not a Valkyria Chronicles game. The story is actually pretty good, and it just gets a lot of, I think, unnecessary hate. Next up, more of a niche title. You can actually pick this up on Switch and Vita too. This is The Lost Child. This is a visual novel mixed in with a dungeon crawler, first-person dungeon crawler. Think wizardry or anything like that, but done in a typical Japanese kind of way. So, what do you want me to say? This game was actually probably more expensive than some of the games I normally buy, but it's actually pretty good. It gets, again, it's one of those games where it's like it gets like a 63, I think, on Metacritic. But then again, it's Metacritic, and I really don't fucking care about what Metacritic likes. I buy what I like. Next up is actually a game I'm currently playing that came out at the beginning of the end of last month, beginning of this month. Legends of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel 3. I like this series enough that I bought this on day. I pre-ordered this 11 months before it came out. I never pre-order. I like this series enough that I bought it on PC, on GOG. I bought it on Vita, and I bought it on PS3. I'm gonna pick up 1 and 2 again on PS4 because I like this series. This is one of those series that you buy strictly for the story, front to back, top to bottom. Now the visuals are the visuals. They're anime style. They're not the most demanding thing. I'd say this could have fit on a PS3 game as far as like how it's built and stuff. The first two are very much designed around a portable, and they're just kind of upscaled to like the PS3 version. So if you can pick this up on PC, pick it up, or they have ports of 1 and 2 on PS4, and I'm hoping this comes to PC, because I'll buy it again. I haven't actually taken this one out of the wrap because I played it on PC, but Sword Art Online, A Fatal Bullet. I spent $20 on it. This is back when I first got my PS4. It's an SAO game done in Gun Gale. Like it's a third-person action RPG. So if you like the Gun Gale series portion of Sword Art Online, pick it up. It's $20. They have a complete version, which I think is $20. Another game I've actually yet to open because I have too many games. We're not even halfway through this list. Is God of War, the new one. This actually came on my PS4. Get to play it, so I can't really comment on it. If it's like any of the other God of War games, this is like God of War. Another game that I didn't think I'd like, and I really did, was Horizon Zero Dawn. And this is the complete edition, so this has all the DLC stuff. This is a guy done by Guerrilla Games, the guys that do like Killzone and stuff. The start is slow. It's kind of a slog to start. About 5 hours in is really when it starts to pick up and be like, all right, this isn't as bad as I thought it was. And then by the end, you're like, this is really good. And that to me is the thing that I really like about this game. So, how would I view this game? Is it worth getting? You can get it like for $15. Yeah, it's really worth getting. It's like if you own a PlayStation, this is one of those games that there's reason to own a PlayStation 4. That and God of War apparently, but I can't comment on that. So, next up, I actually own this twice as well. I bought it when it came out because it didn't have a PS4 at the time. Is Persona 5. Shin Megami Tensei type games, dark, kind of morbid. Talks about free will and that kind of stuff. Combat system's really good. Graphics are very stylized, very anime meet comic book kind of way. So there's a Royal Edition coming out soon. Not sure if I'm going to buy it or not. We'll find out. But even this version, you can get it for dumb cheap. 50 to 100 hours easily. Next up, Infamous Second Son. Uh, I'm. This recreates Seattle really, really well. In comparison to the other two Infamous games, it's a little short, but this is a launch title. Looks pretty. The powers that the main character Dyson here gets is really cool. That is really all I can say about it. The gameplay is typical open world type gameplay. Next one, a little controversial. Some people like, some people don't. I do. Is Detroit Become Human. It's a David Cage game. If you've played Indigo Prophecy or Fahrenheit or Heavy Rain or Beyond Two Souls, you know what to expect. It's an interactive movie with multiple stories, and the way the story is structured, it continues even if like certain characters just die off in your playthrough, which I think is kind of cool. And speaking of cinematic experiences, we have the Order 1886. Steampunk, werewolves, London, 1886. What do you want me to say? Mythological happens, but this is like a 6 hour. This is kind of like Heavenly Sword. It's like a 6 hour game. The gameplay is kind of limited. It's more of an interactive movie, kind of like the Detroit. Arma Gallant Deck of Destiny. This is a deck CCG game, card collecting game, and it's not terrible. It's not bad at all. I actually kind of like it. You can get it on like GameStop, and good luck trying to find it like more of the mom and pop places, but you can get it for like $5. Worth getting. Next up, we actually have a game that I think gets a lot of flack on because it's a PSP remake or upscale. Call it what you want. This is Final Fantasy Type 0 HD. For me, I like it. The graphics, they're a PSP game that have been upscaled, you can tell, but like once you get, it's one of those games that like it's kind of a slog to get through. It's like once you get through it though, it's like, oh, okay, this becomes really good. Kind of like the next game, which is another Final Fantasy, which is Final Fantasy 15. This is the Royal Edition. I picked this up for, this includes all the DLCs, so this is a Season Pass version. You can probably pick this up for like $15 if you buy the like non-Royal Edition, like the regular edition, it's like $7. I'd say it's worth getting. That's just my take though. Next up, they actually did a double pack for this recently on Switch and PC, but I bought these before that, and these were, operative word, if you're a Vita owner, were available on the Vita. These were Vita-built games, and this is Digimon Cyber Sleuth and its expansion / sequel, and that kind of runs parallel. Digimon Cyber Sleuth Hacker's Memories. These both are really good. If you want Pokemon games with story and not like some weird, okay, it's gonna be weird because Digimon, but it's a good. They're good games. Game that gets a lot of hate, but I love this game, is Star Ocean. If I can pronounce it, Integrity and Faithlessness. Star Ocean 5. Is it as good as 4? Is it as good as some of the other ones? No, but like as a JRPG, it's fine. Like you can get it for like $20, $15. It's, you know, probably 40 to 60 hours. It's worth getting. Speaking of a game that's worth getting, that gets a lot of flack. Again, Killzone Shadowfall. They tried something different with this game, and I can appreciate that. Even the graphics to this day, this is the launch title, hold up really, really well. You can get this anywhere from $5 to $8 usually. If you want a good FPS, like the shooting mechanics are solid, it's a solid game, and you can get it for stupid cheap. So like, why not? Next up, speaking of other games that are kind of movie-ish. Until Dawn. This is a David Cage game without being a David Cage game. I can't really say much. It's a horror interactive movie. Like, I can't really describe too much about it because then I'm getting into spoilers. Graphics are really nice though. This is more of a niche title. Dark Rose Valkyrie. Valkyrie. It's actually called something different when you look it up. But this game is a real-time combat game, like RPG. It's kind of a weird game. If you've played any like Compile Heart or Idea Factory games, you kind of know what to expect. So it's kind of waifooey and like visual novel elements to it. But you can another 40 to 60 hour game that you can pick up. It's not a bad game at all. Good thing there's no cover art, but that is that game. Wanchenbara Z2 Chaos. I probably just butchered the name, but it's a vampire, a female bikini wearing vampire game. Like, that's the main characters, and it's a beat 'em up. It's a 3D beat 'em up. If you've played Bullet Witch or anything like that, think that, but they're in bikinis. It's a dumb game, but the combat is actually solid. You don't play it for story. It's kind of like a Ninja Gaiden game. You don't play it for the story. You play it for the combat, and the combat is really good. But there you go. That is my PS4 collection currently. The whole point of this video was to show you that you can, in none of these games, barring one, I actually spent $60 for. You can, as an example, $10, $12, $10, $5. I think I probably spent 20. 17, 18, 12, 10, 5, 8, 5, 7, 15, 15. I didn't spend any money that came with it. 20. One game I spent $60 on. 17, 12, 5, 3, 5, 6, 5, and 8. You can collect, even for the current consoles, fairly cheaply if you look for deals. And that is the whole point of this video. I have not gone out and broken my bank by trying to collect. It took me over 4 years to buy my first PS4. Let that sink in. I did not buy a lot of games until they become cheap, because I'm not dumb. The Wii U collection is the same deal. All the games I've been buying or have gotten have been extremely cheap. Not because I'm going out and dropping $60 or I'm You want to collect. If you're doing physical, you want to collect while it is affordable. Once you get towards the end of a console's life cycle or the previous gen, that's when they're going to be affordable. And that's what I think a lot of people are missing now is PS3. All those games, barring where the Switch dock is, are all PS3 games. Every one of them. I bought those for like $3 a piece. That you can build a good collection for cheap. You don't always have to have the newest games all the time. There's so many games. You can go digital. You can do PC. You can do other consoles. I mean, these are all Vita games. Those are all PSP games. Those are Wii. There's a couple 360 games. PS2 games. Switch games. Genesis games. You can collect at an affordable price and not break your bank. And that's really the whole point of these videos is, for those that don't game a lot, that it looks like it's a lot of money being thrown out the door. It's really not if you're good about what you do and how you do it. So, like, I have probably, what, 25 games, give or take. And I spend, for all of that, maybe $200 over the course of, X amount of time. That, to me, is more than reasonable. What is not reasonable to me is when people go and like, oh, I'm gonna go drop $300 on a copy of the first Valkyrie profile. That to me is just dumb. If you're gonna collect now. Collect the prior gen. Collect the current gen because it's at the end of its life. That includes Xbox One, Xbox One, 360, PS3, etc., etc. So, next video, I'm probably going to go dive into my PS3 collection and show you guys what I've got there. That's a lot more niche titles than what I have on the PS4. So you guys know what to do. Comment, rate, subscribe. I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.